group of less than 300 women in Sydney who still subscribe to your bullshit. And the thing is, this matters, of course, because honesty matters here, and it really does show where Meghan is at in the market.
So Meghan and Harry just hit rock bottom with empty venues and paid attendees at their latest events. And it validates everything critics predicted about their post-royal commercial ventures. We're seeing fabricated crowds, financial desperation, and Harry's visible discomfort. This is their credibility collapse in real time.
Now we see why Prince Harry looked irritated at the retreat. It was empty.
That irritation makes perfect sense when you remember he used to fill stadiums for Invictus Games with genuine enthusiasm. Now he's looking at 50 paid attendees in a shabby venue. The contrast between royal service and commercial failure couldn't be more stark.
50 paid women sitting at the tables. Now, it gets worse.
Paid attendance destroys any claim to authentic influence. When you're literally purchasing your audience, you're admitting the product doesn't sell itself. This is astroturfing at its most transparent, and it exposes how little genuine support remains.
That is the most cheap-looking stage I've seen. And Brittany, then we actually got to see Harry.
The production values tell the whole story. Despite Netflix deals worth hundreds of millions, they're delivering community center aesthetics. It's like watching someone with champagne tastes operating on a beer budget while pretending everything's fine.
You know what he's thinking. Oh my God, how did it get to this? How did it get to this?
You can see the cognitive dissonance in his face. He went from being genuinely beloved for military service and charity work to this manufactured spectacle. The psychological toll of trading authentic purpose for commercial ventures is written all over him.
The Duchess is said to have observed during their 2018 tour, "I can't believe I'm not getting paid for this." Well, now she is. The Duke is getting his fix, and the crowds have welcomed them with affection. Next stop, you.
The irony is brutal. She wanted payment for serving the Commonwealth, something royals have done for centuries out of duty. Now she's getting paid but performing to empty rooms instead of cheering crowds. Careful what you wish for.
That is pure propaganda. It really is.
Absolutely right about the propaganda. They're following the classic playbook of spinning disasters as victories. When your events are half empty, but your PR team claims triumph, you've entered full delusion territory. The disconnect is staggering.
And as according to Taz wrote, "I just can't with this anymore. Harry and Meghan are still on the royal website, and it makes it look like they work for the king."
This website confusion is deliberately maintained because it gives them false legitimacy. People assume they're still working royals, which helps sell their commercial ventures. It's trademark exploitation of the royal brand while claiming independence.
You need to listen to William on this.
William's concerns about commercializing the monarchy look prophetic now. He understood that royal credibility can't survive being treated as a business opportunity. Every empty venue and paid appearance proves his point about protecting institutional dignity.
But clearly, Brittany, what this was about is that she wanted the coin. They were prepared to give her some percentage of the website, right, in order for her to use this product.
The financial motivation explains everything. When royal duty becomes about profit percentages instead of public service, you get this hollow performance art. Critics weren't being mean. They were being realistic about inevitable consequences.
But you say, on another note, One Off is a horrifically built website. It's clunky, cumbersome, slow, and over-stylized to the point where it struggles under functionality and navigation, which is how Meghan tends to like her website, so I get why she liked it. I can understand why dozens of other celebrities fled after the initial beta launch. It sucks.
Their business judgment mirrors their website choice. Backing a platform that celebrities fled shows they're drawn to style over substance. When your decision-making consistently prioritizes appearance over functionality, failure becomes predictable.
Like just really recently, her team had been briefing, "Oh no, I don't want to sell my clothes at all." Then she goes right back into doing it, and it's a disaster. It's a reputational disaster.
The contradictory messaging reveals they have no coherent strategy. One day they're too dignified for commerce, the next they're chasing percentage deals. This inconsistency destroys any remaining credibility with both supporters and critics.
You're squashed in, but they can do it because they want the money. They want to pack the people in.
Exactly right about the commercial mentality. Royal service was about reaching as many people as possible with dignity. Now they're packing venues for revenue maximization while delivering substandard experiences. The degradation is complete.
But we saw this throuple again, as you point out, at her best life. But despite the glossy video, and let me show you this, Brittany, this glossy video, which is meant to show, oh, these people had a wonderful experience and it was so glamorous and you know, we had oysters.
The glossy marketing can't hide the reality of failure. When your promotional material looks more impressive than your actual events, you're essentially running a bait and switch operation. The oysters become symbols of desperate overcompensation.
And we're not even necessarily saying sexually, but just in terms of how this dynamic is really starting to impact the marriage, and also clearly, I would say, sending Harry to even worse places than he has been before.
The personal cost is becoming undeniable. When your commercial activities create visible strain in your marriage and psychological distress, you've lost the plot entirely. The question becomes whether pride will prevent course correction.
The disconnect between the negative commentary and the reaction on the ground is not lost on the couple. The Duke is philosophical. One thing that Harry often says is that the truth will always out, said one member of his inner circle. The more they do of this, the more the people see them interact with them, the more they see that there isn't an agenda here.
That inner circle spin is laughably transparent. When you're literally charging money for appearances and taking percentage cuts from websites, claiming there's no agenda is insulting to everyone's intelligence. The financial motivation couldn't be more obvious.
But Brittany, there's a total lack of understanding from Meghan.
She fundamentally misunderstands that royal appeal came from service, not celebrity status. People responded to duty and sacrifice, not lifestyle branding. Without that foundation, she's just another influencer with declining engagement rates.
If you go down that path, if you go down the Fergie and Andrew path.
The Fergie comparison is devastating because it's historically accurate. Sarah Ferguson's commercial ventures after divorce led to scandal and permanent royal exile. When you repeat failed patterns, you get predictable results. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes.